guys? Welcome back into the channel. Sorry I haven't been uploading here in the last couple weeks. It's just been, the weather has been very hit or miss. It's either nice and sunny one day and the next 3 to 4 days it's raining and like 20 degrees. And that, I've had a lot of details. I literally have had one every day this past week. So I mean, it's been super busy. But today, we're actually gonna be working up here in the shop a little bit on one of the vehicles that has been on the channel, not lately, but it's been on the channel a few times. And that being is my dad's 1992 K2500 dually. It is the 6.5. We bought this truck, I think about 3 years ago, and ended up having a head gasket leak on it. So we pretty much did a full motor rebuild, new injectors, glow plugs, just a bunch of stuff like that. I'm actually going to be putting a new water pump on it today, so that's why I'm going to bring you guys along. We're going to take off the shroud, undo some stuff and all that. But no, when we first got this truck, it was really rough shape. It needed rockers, cab corners, the driver's floor pan, the front fenders were all rusted out. So what we did is we got fenders off of the 1500 style truck, deleted the fender flares, did a paint job on it, did the tow mirrors, different cab lights. I still got to paint the tailgate and stuff. I've just been so busy that I haven't gotten around to it. That and we had some paint chip, a big spot there on the hood, and then just some small spots like here on the fender and stuff. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is just buying another gallon of paint, just taking everything back off this truck, sanding everything down again, reshooting it, re-clearing it, making sure it's 100%. We'll throw the 4x4 decals on it then. And we have some small stuff we need to figure out, like I think that there is just water off the water pump. We have an oil leak, obviously, like that spot there. Gonna hopefully try and figure this stuff out. It is, like I said, the 6.5. Just had everything rebuilt. So, I mean, you're gonna have some leaks and stuff you gotta figure out. I think the injectors need to be tightened down yet too, because they are kind of dripping a little bit of fuel. So I'm gonna go through and make sure those are all torqued down. I believe it's 50 foot-pounds, not 100% sure, gonna have to double check, but we'll get that. Got a cold air intake and all that we're gonna be putting on here too. Cleaning up a bunch of this wire. Got the boost gauge hooked up in there. That is a Leroy diesel, I don't know what you wanna call it, thread that goes into the intake horn or whatever you wanna call it. And then the vacuum line runs up and I need to get that mounted, but that does work. Like I said, I just need to get the hose clamps and everything put on it. Well, I'm gonna show you guys here, but see, there we go, it's hooked up. This I bought off of Glow Shift. It's got the color changing. It's pretty easy to hook up. I can show you guys that real quick too. So ran my wire down and plugged it into where the main, when you turn the main lights on or the truck lights, everything comes on. So that's what I tied that into. Ran wire loom, made it nice and clean up and underneath of the truck. Ran the hot to the positive side, negative to the negative side. And I'm just gonna kind of zip tie all this up and out of the way here. I got some extra slack down there. I'm gonna pull this way a little bit and just make sure it's all nice and clean. I'm gonna try and get this as clean as possible. We still need to do some stuff, like I need to put this bottom grill piece in. Some bushings on the front end need to be changed. I know, like on the sway bar here, you can tell this bushing's starting to get wore out. So I need to get the sway bar measurements and stuff like that and get those ordered. But no, figured we'd bring you guys along since I haven't made a video here in a while, get this all tore apart, and we're just gonna go from there, guys. Update for you guys. So we got the fan shroud off. We're just gonna go ahead and pull the whole radiator out. I've got all the lines disconnected, 2 hard lines, one here, one down here. The lower radiator hose, which is down here, right there, that connects to the water pump. And then we have that top radiator hose over there, and then we should be able to take our brackets off and lift this thing straight up and out. I do have a new radiator for it. I believe this is a 3-core or 4-core aluminum. To get new fittings for it here and here, because those are different fittings than what's on this one here. I believe those are like a half, probably, I don't know if they're 1/2 inch or if they're smaller than that, but we'll have to just check them to make sure. But we're gonna go ahead and get this radiator pulled out, get the fan off, get the serpentine belt off, and then we should be able to take that water pump straight out of there. So guys, like I said, here is the original radiator. We got it pulled out. It's not too terribly beat up. I mean, some of the fins are kind of pushed in and stuff, but you get that from bugs or whatever hitting it. But I'm just gonna do a little comparison here. So this is what its thickness is. I believe these factory ones are a 2-core radiator. And the fittings I was talking about, just to kind of give you guys an idea, we don't use these fittings here. Those are plugs. But this one and this one is where those hard lines go in, and then this is your temperature probe or plug. And then obviously lower radiator that goes to the water pump. This goes to the coolant tank, and then this one's to the thermostat. But this is the old one. The new one, which is over here, this is the new one we got to put in. This is an all aluminum radiator. I believe this is a 3-core. It might be a 4-core, but you can just tell how nice this thing is. I would love to get this thing in the truck. You can tell, hopefully, the different sizes there in thickness. This one will just definitely keep the truck a lot cooler. Those plugs I was talking about are here. I have to get reducers on these lines, and then this one also has got a drain plug over there, unlike the factory one, so that'll be nice if we ever need to do that. But no, this thing is, I'm impressed with how well this thing's built. I love the looks of it. This is from one of the sponsors. It's KKS Motorsports. I know he sells a lot of stuff on eBay and that. That's actually where I got in contact with him. I messaged him on there. And he sent this out, so we're going to try and get this one thrown in, but I have to get these reducers here. But I definitely think this will keep the truck a lot cooler, so we're going to continue on. Well, I hope you guys can see that all right, but the fan is off. Now we're just got to get the serpentine belt off of it here, which is kind of dry rotted and stuff, so I'll probably replace this before we put all this back together. And like I said, get this off, disconnect this hose here to the thermostat, and then we should just be able to start undoing a lot of these bolts, and this water pump should come off here. I think the biggest struggle now is going to be getting the serpentine belt off, but I know the newer Duramaxes and stuff, they have a spot where you can stick I don't know if it's a 1/2-inch socket or 1/2-inch ratchet or breaker bar, and you pull it and then it loosens everything up, but I'm not 100% sure.
For adult school, you gotta
probably end up taking,
unloosen this and move it that way on the bracket, so that way the belt will come loose.
But no, once we get this belt off, I'll show you exactly how bad it is, and then hopefully we can start getting all this stuff apart. Well guys, we got the whole front of it taken apart, thermostat and all that's up there. Obviously one port there, another port goes over there. Got the whole piece off. Here is the new one. We got all our bolts threaded into the back there versus the old one, which is a lot of gummy and just nasty. I mean, you can tell. We have to get a new stud because Dad got these ones out, or I guess you'd call them a stud. I mean, even though they thread in there. This one is like seized in there, and so we're gonna pick up a new one. Gonna get some gasket maker, just get this whole thing put back together. All in all, it went fairly well. We had a little trouble with getting the power steering bracket off that goes up and underneath. It was kind of a pain, but we got the front cover all cleaned up. We got to clean up the ports here for the thermostat housing and stuff, and then we'll get the new gasket and everything put on. But all in all, we're just trying to get this back so it's not leaking or anything. Like I said, we had this motor rebuilt, new injectors, glow plugs, gone through everything, made sure the heads were good. It's got head studs on it, new crossover pipe for exhaust. It's got a new 4-inch D.M.I exhaust all the way out the back, with a, I think it's a 6-inch tip that I bought, but it's on there. It's been a good truck. We bought it 3 years ago to kind of haul hay and stuff, and it's just kind of turned into a project. I think Dad is looking at selling it, so if there's anybody out there in the audience that lives close that's interested, he wants to get a newer Dodge Ram. He's been looking at like the 6.4 Hemis, and then he's kind of wanting to get a Cummins or something. I don't know why, but I'm a diehard Duramax guy. I'm just going to make fun of him the whole time if he doesn't get a Dodge. But no, he wants to sell this, and he's looking at selling his 08 1500 to upgrade. Something that's got a gooseneck to haul the gooseneck trailer with, and then also he's got a camper over there that he'd like to upgrade eventually. His 1500 can handle that camper right now, but if he does upgrade eventually, he wants something 3/4 ton just to kind of help with the weight and stuff. But no, we're just trying to get this put back together, get the leaks and stuff fixed on it, all the corks and stuff worked out after you guys rebuild a motor. I'm sure a lot of you guys know. But no, like I said, if any of you guys are interested, just message me, leave a comment down. We can kind of talk back and forth. I think he's asking around the 8,000 mark just because we did do a lot of body work to it, from floor pan, inner and outer rockers, cab corners. It's got the tow mirrors, boost gauge. It's got a lot of stuff done to it, guys. Obviously the new motor rebuild. That motor, you shouldn't have any problems with it now because it is head studded and all that, like I said. But I'm no serious squires, guys. Don't be wasting my time just because I don't want to answer a bunch of questions. But we're going to continue into part 2 on the water pump rebuild or replacement on the 6.5. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember, learning as I do, doing what I love. I'm the GMA, and I'll see you in the next one.